So today, we're taking charge of our first games in charge of Örgryte and they're in the Svenska Cupen group stage. They might be all 3 games in this group, and last time this team were in the competition, they got to the quarterfinals because they won their group. That's where they get through to the next round. I don't think we're going to win our group, but we're going to try and see how we do. Even if we're getting injuries galore in pre-season, I don't like it. Let's get started, shall we? Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2022. The Master Rebuilder series with Örgryte, and we're doing okay if the fact that we are losing money. I don't know what's happened here. Apparently, and I literally don't know what the problem with this is, already this year, our main expenditure is the other. Now, apparently the advertisements, suppliers and general expenditures of anything is the main reason we're losing our money. If I knew why we're losing so much money from this, when they haven't lost that much money in this at all, before I turned up, I would love to know this, but yeah, last year they only spent 273,000 in that. They're only 10 grand off it already this year. And that's because I replaced some of the staff members and compensations that way. Does compensation come under that? I think compensation comes under the other, which is slightly awkward if that's the case, and I've just been the reason that they're losing the money. Yeah, that is awkward, isn't it? Anyway, we've had some staff members come in. We've also had some transfers made. I can't believe we're having so much fun already. If you like these kind of videos, though, where I talk about the transfers and the staff members being brought in, leave a comment down below and like the video. Because leave a comment saying, I like this kind of video where I'm going over the transfers and staff members being brought in. We get to be introduced to the new people. And let me know why you like it. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. But anyway, let's get into the meat of it. That's not saying, is it? No. What am I saying? So first and foremost, we go through the staff members because there's actually more of them. We brought this scout and they're called Ivankov. I'm going to have so much difficulty saying Croatian's name when I go to Croatia one day. I really am. But yeah, we brought this guy in. He was at Dinamo Zagreb and apparently was... How do you end up being unknown in your role when you've been there for 14... How do they not know what he was? I need to know the answer to this question. He also doesn't know anything. So, unless this guy's a glitch or something, I don't know how he's here without any knowledge. But he has good, decent attributes anyway, so... Maybe he's okay. He's good at the scout though, so I can't complain about that. We did bring in Mikkel Toivalen as a sports scientist because we didn't have any, so I thought bring this guy in. He's not terrible, but he's not amazing either, but he's good with what you needed to be. We've also brought in Pavel Naboysinskov. He's Russian, he has a lot of knowledge. That's the reason I brought him in, the knowledge. Look how much he knows. Good lord, it's amazing. We did bring in Christian Nelson as the recruitment analysis. He's not amazing, but honestly was the best I can get, which is slightly awkward when you realize that's the case. Yeah, that's quite bad, isn't it? We did bring in Amanda Nelson as a physio. Really good at her job, and I'm very happy we brought her in. I think she's even better than what we had at Eskilstuna, so that's good. We also brought in Nikolai Lund as the head performance analysis. Now, he was the assistant manager at B93, a team I actually applied for back in the day, a couple of years ago, when we started the save up. So the fact we got him as the head performance analysis and not an assistant manager, which, let's be honest, is probably for the best, is a good sign. So we've got some pretty decent people coming in now. We also brought in Semi Lusic as the head of sports scientist. He's not bad. He's 29 and he's from Algeria. The only disappointing part, okay, he actually brings us knowledge of Algeria as well, which is really useful. So it's also one of the other reasons I brought him in. Not that I knew that at the time, but he has good knowledge and he's good at his job. It's a win-win. We also brought in Alexander Krikov. You know, on Sunday I regret my decisions, I think, with the namings. Alexander Krikov. Cricket? Serbia, Croatia. I'm going to have so much trouble getting the names to that answer. But this guy's really good performance analysis, really good at his job, and while he's temperamental, I like him for what he is, so hopefully you get more people like him. Apart from the personality, that can be improved, please. We also brought in Radoslav Batic as the assistant manager. We didn't have an assistant before, And if you look at his attributes for coach, it's not bad. Very good attributes for defending her coach on both, especially with the tactical side of things, so that's really good. And he knows knowledge of Montenegro, so really good to see him there. So now, let's go to the players we've bought in, because we've bought about 4 so far, and we may have also sold someone. So let's go to the people who sold first. So, remember when I said that this guy was leaving us at the end of the season? I might have negotiated a way to get this guy gone now, and to make it so he brings us money. So Ollie Christian Salter has left us, and when we sold him for 77,000, we might have upset the players because of lack of depth in the squad. I sorted that out quickly, but we did make one other sell that was kind of someone we needed to get rid of because they were leaving at the end of the season anyway, and that is Lucas Browning Legaveld. Now, he's actually in the 4th tier, I believe. So let's double check this. Yeah. No, he's actually in the same division as us. So he's playing in the same league as us. We sold him for £575. I'm starting to wonder if I should have just kept him around for the rest of the year or not. But I don't know. I don't think I was going to play him regardless. So really, it's not the end of the world. And it made sense to look at him and think, well, we can get rid of him and make some money. Not a lot of money, but it also got his wage off the bill. So that's not bad, is it? Now let's look at the signs we've made that are going to make an impact. The first of which is Malca Jensen. He's currently injured due to a flu, so he's not technically injured, he's just sick. But we brought him in on loan as a defender. We kind of agreed that we'll play him as a defender, even if he can play as a DM and a midfielder and a right back. I definitely wouldn't play as a DM because it wouldn't make use of his current physical abilities, and yeah, his current physical attributes would not be utilized there. So playing as a defender, ball playing or centre back, otherwise, is something we need to use. He's 6'2". He does like to switch the ball into the wide areas and doesn't like running with the ball. So I'm not sure if I completely like him, but he's really good for the league at least anyway. And when we brought him in, we knew we can get a young talent that, if we gave game time to, might want to play for us in the future if we get promoted. He's barely played for his parent club, so yeah. He's only started 3 times the last 3 years for his current club, so I look at him and think, if we can give him a lot of game time, maybe he'll want to sign for us. The same business is said for Axel Rodenburg. Now, admittedly, he was playing this league last year and got his side promoted. He's a good player for this division who could be a leading player for his team in the future, could be a leading top flight player. They say that he's a winger. I look at him and see fullback and wingback on attack. I think wingback on attack is his best role, personally. Even if it says to use him as a winger on the side, I don't see him. Definitely see him being better as a wingback on attack. I really do. He fits everything, apart from the dribbling, but he fits everything we need. And he's very well-rounded. Very good player to bring in. He's 22. He played in this division last year. Got 17 appearances. Didn't do amazing for Helsingborg, but honestly, he was not really that necessary for their bid. While we are also trying to get promoted this year as champions. Helsingborg were champions last year, so I know for certainty he's got the credentials to win trophies. And yeah, the fact he won it this league last year helps my decision making here. But yes, very good player on the left-hand side. Could be a very good wingback and attack. And I like what I see here. The last loan signing we made was Marcus Bienquist. Now, he's 20 years of age. He's good enough for this league. Wouldn't want a lot of money for wages if we were to sign him. Unfortunately, his club will want between 36.5 to 375,000, which, if we get promoted, they decide actually we want to keep him next year, could be something we work on. But yes, he has interest in joining us. He hasn't played for us yet, but mind you, he's never played for Malmo, apart from 4 times, which was before the season, I think, so before we really got into this. But yeah, I look at him and I think, well, he could be really good for me. If we can convince this guy that he's good enough to sign for us, and he wants to sign for us on a permanent basis, we're looking very good here. We're looking for young talent that are going to help improve our squad, so we don't have to rely on the older players. And I think it's the older players that are always going to cause us problems long term if we need to replace them. But this guy is young, he's 20, he's very good in the spread of his attributes, and I think he's definitely as good as a well, I want to use him as a box-to-box or Mazzala. I can use him for both. I think he's versatile in that area that I could legitimately just go over and it works. And if I needed to use him as a deep line playmaker, I could, because he's got the attributes to do that. So he could play in all three positions for me, even if his contract says that he needs to play as midfielder. So, food for thought. The last person we brought in, and it's our only permanent sign so far, is Goodwin Benthil. Now, we signed him after we sold our other striker, Ollie Christian, and he just looks very good. It says he's better as a poacher, but we could have signed him for free, and we signed him for just 14,000 because he was out contract at the end of the year in his current league. And I asked the team, okay, how much do you want from now? They said 14,000 because he's going to leave in 6 months or 5 months. So I thought, bring this guy in. We're looking good. He likes to beat the offside trap. He knocks the ball past his opponents. He doesn't dive into tackles, which honestly, the dive into tackle thing I love because it means he will not be stupid. But he likes to beat the offside trap and knock the ball past his opponents. That, for me, with my way of playing, works. And you know what's mental? I just realized how good my team were in the last 2 years. So I'm going to go through Eskilstuna briefly as well, and just show the last 2 seasons we've had with them, because it's mental. So if we look at the last 2 seasons with Eskilstuna, we had 56 games, we won 45 times, drew 7, lost 4. We only conceded 20 times in the 56 matches, and scored about 124 times. I don't know about you, but that's pretty impressive. And it's the defensive side of things that I just couldn't believe when I realized, oh, we're actually that good. Yes, we're really good elsewhere, but the fact we're so good defensively, it must be a record to only concede 10 times in the league in consecutive seasons, as we're getting promoted twice. So what I know from this tactic is, defensively, it works wonders, especially if you have a good team. Speaking of the team, because of our signings, we are now the 3rd favourites in the league. I don't see us winning the league. And I actually did try to look at the other young talents I mentioned before in the last video. The 17-year-old I wanted to sign? Well, he's good. Only problem is, he's very inconsistent and doesn't want to join me. And his potential is not amazing, so yeah, he doesn't want to join me at all. So really, I look at that and that scares me off. The really bad consistency is just terrifying. I do not want to touch it with anything. So yeah, not great. Still, we're going to take on Kalmar today in a first of potentially 2 matches. We may not even play another game after this. I just want to see how we do. The fact that Eskilstuna are taking on a team that I've literally poached 2 players from loan is hilarious. And I wish them luck. I still have a fondness for them because of how well I did with them. I'm never going to have a bad word to say about Eskilstuna, apart from the fact that they didn't go professional. They have got a new manager now in Oskar Källström. I hope he does well, even if he doesn't look amazing, but neither did we when we turned up, so who's to say? But yeah, hopefully they do okay and they survive, even without me and even without being professional. The finances they're going to get for being in this division is going to be great. And let's take on Kalmar as we look to build our team for the very first time. And what I've looked at with my signings is we're going to try and make this team as good as possible. Our loan signings are good. We do have injuries and viruses and illnesses around, so we can't be absolutely amazing. And what we're going to try and do is this. Molyneux in goal, Gustafsson starts at the right back, Sangui, who's actually had bids from the top flight teams and even foreign clubs, rejected, starts along with Glavin, who wouldn't start because of the normal situation, but because Jensen's injured or out due to a flu, he's starting today. We've got Rodenburg as the left back, we've got Sigurdsson as the DM, we've got Bienquist as the box-to-box midfielder, we've got Söderström as the Mazzala, we've got Barkov as the winger on attack, we've got Zelukovic as the inverted wing on the left, and we've got Benthil standing up front because Josefsson's out for 3 to 6 weeks. 3 days to 6 weeks due to a groin strain he suffered in a preseason friendly after being tackled, which is awkward. And Okuba, who I don't plan on using. has got a virus as well. So we got a problem with injuries right now. We've got 4 players out. Admittedly, most of them are coming back. And when Linda's back tomorrow, Molhin was injured before this game. He's only just come back from his injury. So for all I know, this could be going badly. So who knows? Either way, we're going to see how we do in our first game in charge. I really wish we do well. This might be just a 1-game episode now, I think about it. But we're going to see what happens either way. Let's get into this. Okay, so we have to get on the ball, and this is our home. So this is the first time we've actually seen a new stadium, my new stadium, and it's so weird to see this happening be the case. But here's Gustafsson. I just made jump on my phone, and oh, we've scored! Benthil scored in his debut. Goodwin Benthil on his debut scores inside 7 minutes, and we've just scored against top flight Kalmar. This is amazing. And okay, I was not paying attention because my phone went off, but Gustafsson plays across. I thought this was a shot from Borderquist. He has taken a shot, and I'm not sure what's happened there. Has he been tackled and it's just come off him? Either way, score regardless. I don't care. 1-0. Suddenly, you know, when I was a little concerned about how this is going to go for us. If we can do this against a top flight team in Sweden, we could be pretty good. Galvak. Soderstrom. You know when your tactic just works and you know it works? Benthil's hit the post and it's... Oh, I love this tactic because it works so well. And the fact it now works with 3 different teams tells me that this tactic is perfect the way I have it. Alright, half-time 1-0. We've had just 1 shot on target, but we're beating Kalmar, and that's a huge deal as far as I'm concerned. Kalmar have had no shots in this game so far. We've literally limited them to nothing. We've dominated this team. Kalmar, a team I genuinely thought would give us problems, are being absolutely decimated right now. It's amazing. Here's Sangri, though. And Burkhoff, Gustafsson on the ball, plays across, has done, and it's 2-0. Benthil scored again. It feels like whoever we play up front is scoring goals for fun. We're leading 2-0 against Kalmar, and I can't believe how well we're doing here, but this is just working. It's good to know that no matter what we do, we can make this work. 4-3-3 is a wonder tactic, and Benthil is just amazing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Örgryte 2, Kalmar 0. For whatever reason, this tactic works, and we've limited Kalmar to no shots. We absolutely dominated them. Benthil gets a brace on his debut, and he's looking like an amazing signing already. Alright, yeah, 2-0 win. We've done really well here, and the fact that we've got a brace from our striker on his debut is useful. Unfortunately, Eskilstuna did lose 1-0, but it's a 90th minute winner, so really they did well to get there and to survive for so long. We're looking good. Yeah, we've got 2 more games in this group. We don't finish this until the 3rd. So I might do these 2 games now. Because we have St. Vikings next, we'll come back for the serious game if we are on the verge of going through to the next round. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys will enjoy yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video. And that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Let me know if you actually like this kind of videos. And if you want to see more of the same in the future. But either way, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.